Hello everybody. So today I just thought to do a interesting video rather, right? A video where I tell people which killer to start off with. You're always given Trapper, and then if you do one match with him, you get Hillbilly. So technically I'm just going to count him as, you will get him. And then I'm sorry, wait. There you go. So they could stop annoying me. Yeah. So pretty much, the Trapper, right? The Trapper is something else, babe. So, with the Trapper, right, if you play one round with him, you get Hillbilly. So, again, we're just going to count them. And then, when it comes to survivors, right, you start with Dwight, Meg, and then not Claudette. And then Bill. I'm sorry. So yeah, you start off with Dwight, Meg, and then Bill. And then when you do one match as them, you get Claudette. So we're just gonna include her as well. So yeah, I'm gonna do another video for the survivors, but for now we're only gonna do killers. So for killer, I'm gonna tell you which one you should get in order. And this is the global version. I will make a separate version for the overseas, so don't you fret. For all my overseas homies. Or the people who have access to the NetEase overseas, which I will do a video to show you how to do on. Promise. I promise. Alright. That being said, let's get started. So, when you have Trapper and Hillbilly, and you're wondering, okay, I have enough for another killer, right? And depending on if you're willing to spend money or not, right, you also have access to the licensed killers if you want to spend money. But say that you don't want to spend money, right? You just want to grind and get the killers. You already got these two schmuckheads right here, Trapper and Hillbilly. So you're wondering, okay, which one should I get now, right? And that all depends on you. How do you like to play? Would you like to play defensive, or do you want to play, would you like to just play, have fun? You want to do, sort of gimmicky builds, with Devour, or Ruin, or, or, defensive stuff, like Bamboozle, Corrupt, It really depends on how you like to play. So, let me tell you first the killers that you don't want to get. Okay, one will be Wraith. Do not get Wraith in the beginning. I mean, I did at first in the NetEase one just because I like the killer. But my God, if you're getting these killers for perks, do not get Wraith, or do not get Huntress. Their perks are so mediocre, so bad that especially for beginners, that they're not even worth getting, honestly, in the beginning, right? So, do not get them. They're not worth it. So, another person that you don't want to get is Oni. Oni doesn't exactly have the best perks in the beginning, right? Again, they're better for when you get more perks, say you, for Nemesis, you want to get Myers, right? For his gimmicky build, what is it called? The Scratch Mirror Myers, or the Tombstone Myers, right? So it's stuff like that where his perks work with other killers more than other ones. So he's also not the best to get in the beginning, at least for me. All right. So we're not going to touch any of the licensed ones, so don't you fret. I just want to check who is licensed and who isn't. So yeah, that pretty much cuts it. Really, that pretty much is. That's it. Oh yeah, and Spirit. Do not get Spirit in the beginning, because although she is a fun killer, the worst part about her is her base kit stuff. They're not really that good, and I mean, you do get Enduring, so yeah, depending on how you want to play. But honestly, Spirit Fury is probably her only fun perk, and in Rancor, somehow that perk is really not worth it either. So yeah, next one. So pretty much, let me tell you the killers that you do, sort of want to get. Doctor. Doctor has access to a monitor and abuse, right? Monitor and abuse allows you to be a lot more sneaky with your killers, basically with this perk. If you have this perk, your terror radius is immediately cut down by 8 meters. That's so good. That is so good, dude. That is so good. I am Ots. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. But no, really though, his this perk alone will like allow your killer to get a lot more sneaky hits or even downs, right? And then this also allows you to just like say if you're in chase, this increases actually. Oh no, I'm sorry. This increases your field of view. So if you don't know, that means it pans the camera out a little bit more so that you can actually see a little bit more. I know, imagine that, right? So that's just overall really good. And I guess like if you're fighting against beginners, this is also not bad. Overcharge, which when you kick a generator, right? It gives a survivor a skill check. And when they fail that skill check, the generator will like lose an additional 5% when they fail, right? So that's actually like kind of good. And I think like just overall it could be a decrease. This is weird because this is the new one, so I apologize. I don't really have experience with the new one, but this new one is even better. So honestly, he's not a bad killer to begin with, or to get with, in your 9,000, aura shards. But I think your best bet, mostly, for the most part, will be Clown or Plague. Plague comes with, first off, Infectious Fright, which is not as good as Corrupt. But Infectious Fright, you have no idea. At one point, when I was beginning this game, I could not play without this perk, right? So if you're starting off, this perk is actually amazing. If you don't know, this perk, if you down a survivor, it will locate other survivors, all of them, like anywhere, for the next 6 seconds. So this will actually tell you where the other survivors are, And honestly, this isn't a bad perk in general, truth be told. It's really not. But for beginners especially, it is amazing. And then you have Corrupt Intervention, right? Corrupt Intervention blocks the 3 furthest generators for 120 seconds. That is amazing, right? So that allows you to do amazing setups. That allows you to get a good start. Or if you're like Myers or Trapper, this helps you negate their bad start, right? So that's another thing about this perk. So this works with pretty much every killer. I still use this perk, honestly. And I believe in this version, she was one of my first killers that I got, and it's a good thing that I did get her, right? So, oops. All right. So her and Clown are definitely a safe choice, but another decent one would be Hag a little bit. So say if you get in the intermediate, say if you get a little bit better, you'd want to use Ruin or Devour, right? Devour is actually really fun to play around. So when you get up to 2 tokens or 3 tokens and then 5 tokens, they stack benefits. So basically 2 tokens, you get a haste, right? You get you get 5% faster, which is actually a lot. That's like a stack of play with your food, believe it or not. So that's amazing. And then for 3 stacks, every survivor is exposed with the exposed status effect, which means that you could down them in 1 hit instead of 2, which is really big. And then with 5, you can just immediately kill the survivor. So if you don't know, how you get these stacks is, the other survivor actually has to save the other survivor when you're a certain distance away. You can't just, camp them and then be like, oh, okay, I could just like sit here, and if they save them, even though I'm from this distance, I'm good. No, you have to be a little bit further, like this one says. You have to be at least 24 meters away from the away from the survivor that you hooked. So there you go. And then ruin, when a survivor gets off the generator, it automatically regresses 100% more. So that's like times 2 of its regression, right? So that's not bad, but the problem with this one is that you need to be a killer that's able to protect it or get to it fast. Because like Wraith, or if you're able to trap it with Hag or Survivor or Trapper, that would be even better too. So that would be a lot better. Oh, and telling me to check mine out, so don't worry, I will. Anyways, so yeah, that's not bad, honestly. The other perk is not even worth mentioning, really. So let's see. We're trying to get through this fast. So and then, okay, another one that wouldn't be so bad either is actually Nurse. So Nurse has this perk, Thanatophobia, or Thanatophobia. Yeah, Thanato. God, I feel like Nemo. Anemones. But anyways, Thanophobia, I don't care. Thanophobia, each time that you hit a survivor, right? Excuse me. Each time you hit a survivor, it stacks, right? So basically, when you hit a survivor, each of them, that regresses a generator or their repair speed and sabotage speed and totem cleansing speed by 12% if you hit all 4. If you just hit one of them, or 2 or 3 of them, it'll only be 6. So you have to hit all 4 of them to get that 12% penalty. But this helps regress like survivor activity by a lot, right? So especially if you manage to get 4 of them, oh, it's game. That's it. Like, oh no, and then you get like a really good start. That's it. For inexperienced survivors, that's it. They're not going to recover from that mostly. So there you go. This kind of covers all the people here. And then another person that wouldn't be so bad, honestly, is I know no, they're actually pretty bad. But honestly, no, this perk is actually pretty good. When 2 or more survivors with this perk, Discordance, when they're on a generator, right? This actually allows you to see their aura. The generator glows yellow for 12 seconds. So this is actually pretty good, right? So you can see if 2 or more survivors are on there. So say if you're Wraith or Nurse or someone like that, you're able to get to that generator no problem, So before they're able to finish it, hopefully, right? So this is actually not a bad perk alone. The rest of them are kind of meme ones. But, you can still have fun with them, actually, depending on the killer. All right, so let's see who else you could also get. I will not be talking about the licensed ones. So who I will be talking about next is actually, oh, yes, he's actually one of the better ones to get, and I'll tell you why. No Way Out is honestly one of the best perks in the game. Don't at me. Like, honestly, I like this perk a lot. A, it actually it makes you want to chase other survivors, and B, like it's just an overall good end game perk, So if you don't know, every time that you hook a survivor, 12 seconds is added within each stack that you get. So how you get a stack is that you have to you can only get 4 stacks, one for each unique survivor, right? So in order to get these stacks, you have to hook each unique survivor to get it. So and basically this will times the amount that they had to open the gate by 12 seconds per like the entity will block the exit gates basically for 12 times 4 if you get all 4, right? So for each stack it's 12 seconds. So 12 times 4 is 48. If you're able to if you're honestly able to get all 4 stacks, you're able to have a total of 60 seconds. Because, I don't know why I didn't say this in the beginning, but the perk in of itself, say you didn't get any hooks, will still block the gates for 12 seconds. But if you get all 4 stacks, that will be 60 seconds in total. That blocks the gates for 60 seconds. That's a whole minute. You could do a lot with that. That's amazing. So yeah, and another one I want to talk about is crowd control. This one, Hex crowd control. This one blocks the window for 20 seconds when a survivor rushes through it, right? So when they do a fastball, that blocks the window for 20 seconds. This could actually cut off a lot of strong loops, believe it or not. So if you're a beginner, this would actually be a perfect thing. So honestly, you can't go wrong with these killers, right? I'm just going to tell you straight out now because I already came with a verdict. You should get either Clown, Plague, Trickster, or if you're feeling a little bit better, like you're getting better at the game, Legion, Nurse, right? Not to play as them, but for their perks, right? That's mostly it. Or Doctor, or Hag. And then the rest you could get later. Because honestly, a lot of the other ones, their perks are not worth it, right? They're really not. Now, if you want to get to the licensed killers, we're going to have to do that for a part 2, okay? Because I feel like I spent enough time here. And I don't know if I did a good job, honestly, or not. But basically, guys, if you're just starting off, get Plague, Clown, get Plague, or Clown, or Trickster. And then later on, Hag, Legion, or Nurse, right? Or Doctor. And then the rest you could get later because, again, like I said before, their perks are not that good. And they actually work better when you get these perks from these killers that I just mentioned. So, yeah, I hope this helped you guys a lot. If you have any further questions, please put it down in the comments below. I will be happy to help. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles.